Hello everybody, this is the draw for the Mega City Book Club charity raffle for Cancer Research UK. Let's see if my camera and its little tripod work for this. First of all, as ever, big thank you to everybody involved. Especially I want to mention again Alan Fisher, Giles Wright, Jamie Beamish, Rob Ellis, Matt Ellis and David Broughton for donating prizes to the raffle. I want to thank everybody who got involved and donated. The total raise for this raffle was a massive £1,063, or more than double the £500 target that I'd set myself. So thank you to everybody who donated. That brings the run-in and in fact final total for all of these charity raffles, all the signed prog auctions over the years that I've been doing, to £16,700, a whopping figure raised for Cancer Research UK, funding vital work and vital research. So I can't thank you all enough in the 2008 AD community for doing this, for putting up with me queuing to get things signed, for signing things for me, and most of all for donating your hard-earned money to support this great charity. As I hinted at in the first video, I went to Lawless and I got a few extra prizes. I'm not going to list all the original prizes, which are all in huge piles behind me on the desk, but let's just mention a quick few extras. So we have got a Steve Dillon Emerald Isle t-shirt in size extra large. T-shirt there, a free comic book day prog signed by a bunch of droids donated by Matt Ellis. That will come with a list of everybody who signed that as well. The two recent Mike Perkins covered progs, there they are, both signed on the cover by Mike Perkins and John Wagner at Lawless. That's prize 40. 2000 AD subscription poster prog. Oh yes, that's right. Again, signed on the cover by John Wagner at Lawless. Donated by Rob Ellis, in fact, and by Jamie Beamish. This was a little prize we had for a competition, and they passed it on for this. So that's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow trade, compact size trade from DC. We've got a poster, a Shaman Kane poster by David Broughton, double-sided poster. One side is by David, the other side is by Ben Wilshire, and it is signed. So that as well. And then finally, just to put the icing on the cake, Undercover Brothers from the Mega Collection. This has been signed on the inside by John Wagner and by Jock and by Ben Wilshire at Lawless. And in fact, this is coming up on the book club in 2 weeks' time. That will be the next release on Mega City Book Club. Will be Giles Wright talking about this book and the stories inside it. So those are the extra prizes, 44 prizes in all. I've got a list of all the prizes here, which we're going to run through. Now, obviously, we have got over 500 tickets in this bowl, the famous turquoise bowl that I've used, I think, for all of these raffles, or certainly for the last few. So giving them a last... the important thing is not to look at the numbers so much, because on the back of each ticket I've written the names. So we're going to look at the names on the back of the numbers. And what I'm going to do in a minute is start pulling out tickets and sticking them on my list, which I have next to me, of all the 44 prizes. So this is it. Good luck, everybody. Here is the list, and here is the bowl, and we are going to start. So first of all, for the Johnny Alpha statue, well, it's Dave Wynn. Dave, who's recently been on the book club himself. Let's stick that on there with the tape. Dave Wynn, congratulations. You win the Johnny Alpha statue. Next up, it's the signed poster, signed by 240 plus 2000 AD droids. I've got a name here. Oh, it's Guy Robbins, large 48. There he is. Well done, Guy. Stick you on there. Hope the system works as we go along. The Jock badge. This is the metal badge from Planet Replicas, donated by Giles Wright. Let's get you a ticket. And here it comes. And this is Alan Gary. Alan, congratulations. So that is your badge. Let's stick you on the list. Next, we've also got the Rogue Trooper Biochip badges, also donated by Giles, who said, obviously, if he drew the winning prize, that I was to draw again. But let's see. Here we go, pulling out a ticket. This one goes to Stacey Whittle. Stacey, another book clubber. Thank you, Stacey. So that's number 4. We've got the huge, massive Art of Judge Dredd covers book signed by 37 different 2000 AD droids, big hardback. Let's pull out a ticket for that. Digging deep. Coming up with a ticket, and it is... Oh, it's Dave again. Dave Wynn. Well done, Dave. Prog 1. The original Prog. The very first one. Just a very basic copy of Prog 1. Let's pull out a ticket. Dig deep again. And it is... Oh, it's large 48. Coming up again. Then we have Prog 228, first appearance of Rogue Trooper, signed by Jerry Finley-Day. This was the one that was signed twice by Jerry Finley-Day because we couldn't get Dave Gibbons, who wasn't there that day, what we hoped he'd be. Oh, it's Guy again, large 48. Let's just make sure I've got an arrow to know I've got this has got the right way. That's that one. Right. The Lifeboat hardback and the Ian Gibson Judge Anderson print, donated by Matt Ellis. Alan Gary again. People put multiple entries and they're doing quite well. Slain, Warriors Dawn Definitive Edition hardback. Just a nice big hardback of the first Slain stories. Not signed, but lovely thing. Great object. And that one goes to Andy Larkin. Good. Another name comes out. We've got the Halo Jones signed and an Anderson print, again donated by Matt Ellis. Let's have a good mix-up. I'll pick out another one. Try and pick one from around the edges this time. This one goes to Giles Wright. Well done, Giles. Donating prize and receiving a prize. Then we had a sketch. We got a couple of sketches coming up. We got Disraeli's Stoker sketch from Leviathan. Obviously signed by him as well. Again, let's dig deep. We'll go around the side and pull out Steve Bull. There you go, Steve. Thank you. From the 1977, or from the 77. Right, that's the first sheet. We've got 3 more sheets to get through. We're on to the Mike Dory sketch of Rogue Trooper. Fantastic piece of work. Let's dig deep and pull out a name. Got 2, okay, pull out that one. And it is Andy Larkin. Congratulations, Andy. That one is yours. Next, we've got the Steve Austin sketch of Chopper, which came with also a bonus Tyranny Rex sketch. These were donated by Jamie Beamish. Thank you, Jamie. In we go, digging deep. Chris Spence, excellent, well done. There we go, that one, the sketch is going, no, in fact, 2 sketches are going to you. Right, some signed stuff. Lee Gallagher progs, 3 Lee Gallagher signed covers, or progs with Lee Gallagher covers signed by Lee. He was also at Lawless, but I think he'd already signed these for me previously. Right, here we go. Dominic O'Shea. Great stuff. We got the signed poster prog of Magazine 350, which was signed on the cover by Brian Bolland, the Brian Bolland cover, obviously. So it's nice to have a Brian Bolland signed item in here. That goes to Andy Larkin. Rob Williams signed Petrolhead 1, and there's also the Henry print that they both signed that came with that. That's an A4 print of Dread. That goes to large 48. Hellbreaker hardback by Pat Mills and Ian Ashcroft. A fantastic piece of work. Hope you were in on the Kickstarter, but if not, hopefully this is going to pull your name out. So here we go. Another shuffle and digging deep. Let's go from the right-hand side this time. Get 1 ticket. There we go. Alan Gary. Obviously, people did buy multiple tickets, and I said this time we would allow multiple prizes because there's so many prizes. Bogeyman, the hardback collection from John Wagner and Robin Smith, signed by both of them. Let's dig deep, have a shuffle. We'll go from the front of the bowl this time and see what comes up. Colin Taylor from the 2000 AD forums. Well done, Colin. A bit of tape. Stick that one down. Make sure I get an arrow to code that's there. Rock the God, signed by John Wagner and Dan Cornwall. This is the paperback collection of the second Rock story. And we're going to pull out Giles Wright. Here we go, one of our donors, and also winning prizes, which is nice. Dark Justice, this is the big hardback signed by John Wagner and Greg Staples, who of course created it. Dark Justice, lovely big hardback, signed by both of them. Having a good shuffle. Let's dig deep and pull out Martin Shepherd. There you go. Oh, sorry, Matthew Shepherd. Matthew, who did the hot dog run with us this year. Well done, Matthew. Nice. Now, we've got 3 progs with classic Mick McMahon covers, all signed by Mick on the cover. Let's get a name out for those. Phil Shepherd. Congratulations, Phil. Alan Davis's sketchbook, signed by Alan at Lawless last year, 2025, I believe. Again, having a bit of a shuffle. Alan Gary, very good. Alan's doing well for prizes. Right, on to another page. The Shah hardback. This is by Pat Mills and Olivia de la Droite. Another big hardback, not signed, but a lovely thing from one of Pat's Kickstarters. Let's have a look, see what we can pull out there. Alan Gary again. Okay. Well done, Alan. Right, let's go for the John Wagner signed progs. A bunch of progs signed by John Wagner. Let's pull out a name, have a shuffle. Large 48. Again, congratulations, Guy. We had the Johnny Cannon sketches, including Zenith and a bunch of others. 4 different Johnny Cannon sketches. One proud member of the book club. Let's pull out a name, see what we get. Oh! Appropriate enough, Tony Esmond. Well done, Tony. Thank you. Coming up on the book club quite soon. I'll be recording with Tony next week. Right, Simon Davis and T.C. Eglinton signed Thistlebone progs and the A4 print from a signing that they did as well. So a bit of Thistlebone action. What's on this one? Tony Esmond again. Okay, Tony. Well done. He likes a bit of Thistlebone. He's done Thistlebone on the book club. Right, Steve McManus. 3 early progs, all signed on the front cover by Steve McManus. Andy Larkin. Case Files 46, a Judge Dredd case file signed by John Wagner and Patrick Goddard at Enniskillen last year. Matthew Shepherd again. Well done, Matthew. A couple of prizes winging your way now. Right, we've got some more signed progs. These ones are signed by John Wagner and Greg Staples. Dave Wynn again. The Spectre paperback edition of the collection of Spectre, with a wonderful cover by Dan Cornwall, both signed by John Wagner and Dan Cornwall. Digging deep, let's go to the front of the bowl. See if I can get a ticket here. Large 48. What's next? Mike Collins' little signed sketchbook. Colin Taylor. Well done, Colin. Beyond Mega City 1, signed by John Wagner, PJ Holden, Patrick Goddard, and Stephen McManus. This is one of the Mega Collection books that Giles and I did on the book club last year, I think, at Lawless, and then we got the book signed as well. So this is going to... What's on here? Large 48. Guy again. Very generous donor. Doomlord, the paperback. And I got it signed by John at Lawless this year. This is from Hibernia Press. An old copy of that. Signed by John Wagner. Let's see if we can pull out a ticket. Alan Gary. And we're on to the final page. We've got one more page to go. Nearly there. Sorry this is taking so long. We've got John Wagner signed progs. It's price 34. Let's quickly go through these. What have we got there? Tony E. Prog 1208. That's the rare one. Not signed, but it's just a rare prog because there was a flood in the warehouse. Large 48. The Steve Dillon Memorial Sketchbook, which I think I did on the book club with Damien Edwardson. That is large 48 again. An Axel Medellin watercolour of Horn from Elephant Man. This was something I won in a raffle a few years ago from, I think he's Andy Downham. I'm sorry if I'm getting your name wrong, Andy. He runs the Elephant Man Facebook page. Let's try and pull out a ticket. Missed it. Guy Carmichael. Right, we're on to the most recent prizes. We've got the T-shirt with the Steve Dillon Emerald Isle picture on the front cover, or on the front of the T-shirt rather. Let's go for something from the front of the bottle, see what we got. Dave Wynn. Free Comic Book Day 2000 AD, signed by a bunch of droids. I'll get Matt to remind me who they're all signed by. Lee and Sandra, very good. Finally, where are we now? A few more prizes. The two John Wagner and Mike Perkins signed progs from their recent run on the Judge Dredd story. I think it was a Mechanismo story, wasn't it? Alan Gary. 2000 AD poster prog signed by John. Andy Larkin. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Guy. Shaman Kane poster signed by Ben Wilshire and David Broughton. Eric Moore. And one last prize, Undercover Brothers from the Mega Collection, signed by John Wagner and Jock and Ben Wilshire. And that is going to go to our final draw from the one. Let's have a good shuffle. What do we got here? This one goes to Dominic O'Shea. So, well done to all the prize winners. Sorry to everybody else, but once again, thank you for your donations. I'll post this list on the forum and the various 2000 AD sites tonight. And then tomorrow I'll be writing lots of emails to people to get their posting addresses so I can start mailing a massive amount of prizes out. And it just remains for me to say thank you once again to everybody. The astonishing amount of money raised for Cancer Research UK. Over £1,000 this time, £16,700 in total. And thank you all. If you want to follow my adventures, I'll be on megacitybookclub.com. Once I've got all these prizes posted out, I'll be off for a lie down with a very damp prog on my forehead. And that'll be it for raffles and auctions. But thank you to everybody for paying attention and for playing along, and most importantly for donating. Well done, everybody.